I can guarantee you right now, Scott Braun, the junior from South Dakota State, has just picked up a huge rooting section here at UNO, and it's the folks wearing Maverick red and blue.
Braun of South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
South Dakota State in the blue uniforms, while Pittsburgh Johnstown is in the white and navy. And Pittsburgh Johnstown, strip matter with a first shot in, and Braun able to block it off. South Dakota State coached by Jason Lyles and Pat Tim, as SDSU in third place coming into the finals tonight. They've got a couple of folks, and there's a 2-point takedown already for strip matter. He's got the early 2-0 lead.
Well, he's got a little added pressure. When the younger brother goes out and wins a national title right in front of you, you know, you can't let the younger brother show up the older brother.
Well, Scott Braun, who we mentioned, came in as the 4 seed, a 2-time North Dakota high school champion, went to South Dakota State, a defection from North Dakota in the high school ranks, was pinned at the NCAA Championships by Chris Nelson of North Dakota State, and the escape there for Braun makes it a 2-1 strip matter lead. Strip matter.
Now this John strip matter not quite as long and lanky as his brother Jody, so his style is a little bit different, but they're very similar in many ways. So you'll probably see the same type of ability that we saw in the first match.
Jody and John strip matter kind of exchanged Pennsylvania high school state championships. They dominated the high school state wrestling marks in Pennsylvania in their high school years. Both were state champions in Pennsylvania high school lore.
And that says a lot to be a state champion in the state of Pennsylvania, because they've got some tough wrestling in the high school level there. Strip matter in on a low single. Braun trying to hold on.
Strip matter nearly able to get him rolled, but not so much now as Braun's able to fight it off. And a good job by Braun. And now a potentially dangerous hold, and it's going to be broken up and sent back to the center of the mat. Both of these guys are brainy wrestlers as well. 2-time All-Academics for both of them. Pittsburgh Johnstown with a big crowd here as well, and they get a big cheer as strip matter nearly had Braun in a bad position, but again, Braun able to get out of it.
Now Braun in on the low single attempt.
It's 2-1 strip matter with the lead in the first period here at the 133.
This position, we're probably going to end up seeing a stalemate. There it is. The referee felt neither wrestler could improve his position. They'll start them back up on their feet. Score remains 2-1. Minute to go here in the first period.
Riding time really not a factor at this point. 14 seconds in favor of strip matter. Remember, it's got to be over a minute for a point to be awarded at the end of the match. Again, strip matter shoots down low, and Braun able to fight it off again for the time being. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Scott Braun of South Dakota State, John Strip matter, the number 2 seed, and he just gets another 2 points.
And there's another takedown. With 30 seconds to go here in the first period.
Braun gets the escape. Strip matter just let him go in that one. And it's 4-2.
He might have been wiser to try to ride him out in that situation. He only got about 20 seconds left to go. He would have been able to take a 4-1 lead into the second period rather than just a 4-2 lead.
12 seconds to go in the first period. See the score. Strip matter leading Braun 4-2. And out of bounds, we'll go back to the middle in neutral position for the next and final 7 seconds of period 1. As we wind our way down. And that is the end of the first period, as neither wrestler willing to take any risks in the final 7 seconds. And 2 more periods to go to determine a national champion at 133.
The choice goes to strip matter. He's going to take down to start the second period. Again, he leads 4-2 over Scott Braun of South Dakota State. Scott Braun from Bismarck, North Dakota, decided to get a little warmer weather and went down to South Dakota.
It's you know you're cold if you're looking for South Dakota as warmer weather. But in North Dakota it is. And Braun nearly with a takedown there. Braun came in at 17-3, so he's had a good season. Strip matter at 40-6. That's a lot of wrestling, 40-6.
His career record is 111 wins and just 13 losses. Scott Braun's career record, 71 wins against 27 losses. He's just a junior. Again, strip matter the senior.
Trying to go out with a national championship. We mentioned he was runner-up in '96 and was an All-American last year.
Both of these wrestlers good students as well. Both of them 2-time Division II academic All-Americans.
A minute and a half left.
Strittmatter still working to get the escape.
Braun able to keep control right now. Got that left leg tied up, and that's keeping control. Now he's got him in a bad position. Strittmatter trying to fight out of it. Let's see. Braun nearly gets him turned. No takedown is called, though. 4-2 remains the score. Strittmatter in the lead. Now Braun starting to build up a little riding time advantage. He's got 35 seconds now on Strittmatter.
This was one that, talking with Coach Denny from UNO, they thought, you know, we talked about they're needing a little help from other teams. They thought that, you know, he's seen Scott Braun because they're in their conference, and he says he's a tough wrestler. They thought he could beat Strittmatter, so this was one they're hoping to get a little help from the other teams. There's a good look at Pat Pecora, again, the 23-year head coach out of Pittsburgh Johnstown. Last and only time they won a title was back in 1996.
They have one of the great nicknames of all the teams, the Mountain Cats. Very colorful nickname indeed. 45 seconds to go in the second period. Braun trying to get the takedown, and he rolls him out of bounds, and we'll go back to the middle of the mat.
Braun still on top. Again, he trails 4-2, but he's just about ready to build up to a minute. He's got 56 seconds of riding time. Again, that at this point not a factor, but we'll keep a close eye on it.
Riding time is now a minute, so that would be an extra point, but still not enough to win the championship or even get him even.
We're down to 30 seconds.
And now
there's a stall warning against Strittmatter. You heard the crowd get a little excited, and again that crowd is double now because you got the South Dakota State fans and the UNO fans cheering for Scott Braun. So it's going to be a little louder in here for this match.
A stalemate in this one, but a minute 24 of riding time built up by Scott Braun, and Braun, I believe, will have the choice in the third period.
It's going to be his choice. More than likely, we'll probably see him take the down position. If he can ride out Strittmatter here for these last 14 seconds, that's going to be critical. Now, even though they're in this position right here, it looks like they're in a neutral position. Braun still is in the offensive position on top, so he's still getting riding time, and the period ends in that position with no change. Braun's got a minute 37 of riding time, so technically the score right now is 4-3. If he takes down and can get an escape within that 37 seconds, we technically have a 4-4 match.
We've got a terrific one shaping up here at 133. 4-2 is the score, an extra point for Braun with a riding time, as he tries to hold off John Strittmatter of Pittsburgh Johnstown. There's the escape.
And he basically just cut him loose right away. Strittmatter probably felt he wasn't going to be able to ride him, so he decides he's got a better chance of beating him on his feet. But we're tied up 4-4 with riding time. Strittmatter in on the single leg.
And Braun
trying to come through the back door. Braun doing everything he can to hold on.
And neither wrestler.
Braun's got to be careful here. You see he's exposing his back. He's going to give up the takedown. So now the score is 6-3, but with riding time it's 6-4 because Braun still has a minute 30 of riding time over Strittmatter.
And now that makes it a little more difficult for Braun, but he wanted to give up the takedown so he didn't get pinned. 1:26 to go in the third period, and a 6-3 lead for Strittmatter, make it 6-4 with a riding time point, but he's only got to ride him for another 29 seconds. If he can do that, and there's the escape, it's 6-4, let him go again. Cut him loose with 1:18 to go in the third period.
Of course, the one thing you got to remember, oh, the crowd wants a stalling call against Strittmatter for backing out of the mat.
He's got to be very careful here because the second one would be a point.
Referee Ken Taylor didn't feel the same way as the crowd did, and there's Strittmatter in on that single leg again. He's been successful with it so far.
Braun trying to get him rolled.
Braun trying to spin out the opposite way.
50 seconds to go in the third period, and crowd's starting to get a little restless. They want to stall.
And there's another takedown for Strittmatter.
And that really hurts Braun's chances in this one. He's got the riding time, but that could still evaporate as Strittmatter's in control. That riding time's down to 1:15, RJ, and that one is about to slip away as well.
Yeah, he's about 10 more seconds, and riding time's not going to be a factor in this match. Oh, Strittmatter lets him go again. That, I think, that could be costly because there is a minute 9 of riding time for Braun. He still has that point for riding time. It's 8-5 on the scoreboard, but with riding time, it's 8-6. We've got 27 seconds to go. A takedown would tie the match up.
We'll see if that comes back to haunt in the next 25 seconds as we wind out period
But
3.
so far, all the takedowns in this match have gone to Strittmatter, and he's in on that same leg again that he's been the whole match. And Braun just not able to fight it off anymore, and there's another takedown. Now you look at Strittmatter.
And
with the time running down, he's not going to be able to get any bonus points.
And the riding time has just slipped under a minute. The escape given to Braun, but Strittmatter is your national champion with a 10-6 decision.